Hi everybody, my name is Heather Aston and this is my YouTube channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures. If it's your first time watching one of my videos, welcome. If you've watched a few and came back for this one, thank you for your continued support. It means a lot to me. I hope that you would want to hit the like button, leave me a comment, and or share this stream with others. If you subscribe to the channel, please change the notifications to all so you don't ever miss one of my videos. So today we're going to be working with Bargain Bead Box from May of 2025 entitled May Flowers 2. I guess they had one previously to this that had that same title, though we've been assured that the colors are different and whatnot. So we're going to be using this box. I have a couple of other things that I'm pulling in from different locations, and I'm going to teach you how to do a new kind of, it's a hybrid between a simple loop and a wrapped loop. And I'm excited to show it to you. I think it makes simple loops more sturdy, but without the wraps taking up space in case you just want to see the bead on the wire. So let's go ahead and go down to the mat and I will show you what I mean by that. It's very easy. Okay, so we're going to be using these yellow crystals that came from the box. We will also be using some of the lavender amethyst, and we're going to be pulling in these 4 lampwork beads that I recently got in a scoop purchased from Randy Brown over at Thunder Horse Descendants. I'll explain real quick what it is that she does. She has a bin. She's getting ready to move. So she has a bin where she's putting all of her stuff in and making up little packets with it. And you can purchase a large scoop for $20 or a small scoop for $10. And she just goes into the big bucket like this, puts it in a box and ships it out to you. And you get a bunch of like wonderful little odds and ends. And it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed them. It has helped me stretch my creativity. And so that's always a plus. Anyway, so we're going to use these. We're going to have one in our bracelet, one at the center of our necklace, and then 2 for earrings, which I'm putting to stuff you can't see. Sorry, I don't know why my mat is so far down. Okay, let's see. You are going to need several tools. You're going to want cutters. I use my 6-step bail making pliers. Hold on, I'm going to try to angle this up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. That was driving me crazy and I kept going out of frame. Okay, so what we're going to do is, as I said, you're going to need 12 of both links in order to make both the bracelet and the necklace. So I have all 12 of the crystals ready, and I have 10 of the lavender amethyst ready. We're going to make the other 2 together so I can show you this link, but for now I'm going to take everything else off the mat so it's not messing with my camera's ability to focus. I went through and I picked out the lavender amethyst that had like the yellow in it as well, like this bead. It's just got that tiny bit of yellow in it, and because we're putting it with the crystals, I thought I'd pull those pieces out for this project and save the rest of them for another one. Okay, so in order to make these links, you need about 1.5 inches of wire. So we're going to zoom out just a little bit so you can see better. Okay. It's 1.5 inches piece of wire. You're going to want to create a bend so that you can center your loop over the wire. And it's going to be at just under halfway down the wire because you're not going to need much space for the bead itself, as you can see. And then you have the rest of the wire to do your loop on the other end. So I'm just going to bend that like that. I'm going to pull in my 6-step bail making pliers using the first loop on it. You're going to go up, down flat. You're going to rotate your pliers until they are facing the mat, and then you're going to pull that the rest of the way. Now, this is slightly off-centered, so I'm just going to rotate it a little bit while I have it like that. Then I'm going to switch hands with my plier, and I'm going to grab the tail end of this wire. I'm going to pull it over and then just a little bit down. I like to cut my wire on the side. I don't like to cut on the front or the back. I prefer to do it on the side. So then I'm just going to go in with my cutters and nip it at the side. And you'll see it just leaves that one little line. And when you do it with thicker wire, it almost creates like a little bead cap on top. But I just feel like this is just a tiny bit more sturdy than your traditional simple loop because of the support that this wire, it being twisted around, gives. Does it still, I mean, if you're pulling and pulling and pulling on it, is there still a chance that it's going to come undone? Yes, but the likelihood of that happening is slim to none. So I'm going to put my bead on, and then again, I'm going to put it at an angle, and I'm not going to leave much room there because we don't want the bead like floating up and down. So make an angle with your pliers. You're going to take your 6-step bail making pliers again. We're going to go up and around the first step, twist our pliers, and I just did that completely wrong. Sorry. I'll do better on the next one. Then we're going to grab this and we're going to go around and just to the side. And then I'm going to go in with my cutters again, and I'm just going to nip that wire off. Have a little bit of a I have a little bit of a sticky outy, so I'm just going to go in and I'm going to clean that up, make sure my loops are aligned and parallel with each other. And there's number 11 that we need for this project. Let's go ahead, and I think I was using more wire than I was supposed to because that was a lot of weight, and I don't want, let me see it. Oh, I did use a bigger one. Even this one is just barely over 1.5 inches. But all right, let me show you this one more time so you can get a better handle on it. And like I said, I'm going to go down to just under halfway. I'm going to bend it, grab my pliers, put them in place, go over, down, rotate your pliers till they're facing the bead mat. You're going to pull the wire back. And again, I'm slightly off center. This happens anytime I make simple loops. I don't know why. I'm just going to rotate it ever so slightly so the loop is on top of there. Switch my hands, grab my pliers, pull them down and to the side. This one is being a little bit of a pill. I'm going to stick it. It's not quite to the side yet. There we go. So we're going to go in. And once again, we're just going to cut our tail off. If there's anything kind of sticking out, now's the time to kind of clean it up. Then we're going to grab another one of our lavender amethysts. We're going to pop it back on. And this one is beautifully purple and yellow. This will look so great next to the crystal. And then once again, we're just going to go up ever so slightly above the bead so it's not so tight that like when I go to bend it, there's no room. But it's like a millimeter. We're going to bend it. We'll go in there with our 6-step bail making pliers. Go over, down, rotate your pliers to face the mat, up and over. Make sure your loop is centered. I'm going to grab my wire. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so shaky today. I'm going to go up, around, and just to the side. I want to show this so you can see what I mean. See, we're just off to the side, and I'm going to cut it right there. There we go. All right. So now we get to assemble. I have both 2 and 3 millimeter jump rings out here, or 2.5 millimeter. I'm going to see which ones I like better when we start. Oh wait. Should I do 2.5? No, let's just go with 3 millimeter. That'll be good. Sorry, my brain was trying to finish working out the problem. We don't need these pliers anymore. We can put these back. Oh, no, we can't. Man. I need to redo one of these because I forgot to put in my closed jump ring where the clasp would be attaching to. And so I just forgot. I'm trying to think how I could. I'm just going to cut another piece of wire. It's okay. We will do this. You get to see the link once again. But, my wire. Okay. How big is this one? I have a piece of wire down up here on my mat. Oh, that's one of the ball head pins for later. Okay. You know I don't ever cut wire off of any spool without using my double flush cutters. It's just nice to know that anytime I grab a spool of wire, it's going to be flush cut and I don't have to worry about that. So it's great. Okay, once again, bend. Fill making pliers. Make the loop up, down, across, and over. Straighten up my loop ever so slightly. Rotate it. Oh, before I rotate it, I'm going to go ahead and put my closed jump ring in because that's what I forgot to do. Okay. And then from here, I'm actually going to bring in my very small, bent chain nose pliers just to hold on to that so that I can then go ahead and wrap this around and just to the side of the rest. I can go in. There we go. Now I have my closed jump ring on it. Where did my pretty bead go? Oh, there it is. I was like, oh no, I'm going to be sad. I like that bead. Okay, once again, we're just going to come down, but just above the bead, put a bend in, grab our pliers, up, over, down, rotate, face your pliers, or so your pliers are facing the mat. We're going to grab this. If for some reason that loop didn't want to form right, so I'm just going to pull it tight so I actually have a round loop. Pull that ever so slightly. And then we're going to cut off the end and make sure there's nothing there. Okay. Now we can go on to the next part. I'm still going to need these and these. And, oh, we have to make the center. That's why there's still wire out here. Okay, to make the center, all I'm going to do is grab one of the lampwork beads. I'm going to grab a couple of daisy spacers, and I'm going to grab two, let's see, do I want the itty bitties or the bigger ones? So I have these lavender amethysts that I bought from Bead Box Bargains. Yeah, Bead Box Bargains that I really like. But I also have them slightly bigger. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the slightly bigger ones of these for these and for the necklace. So We have this time we are going to do a full wrap loop just because it's the center. So I'm just going to go just about a third of the way down the wire, bend it, use the exact same tool we've been using or step we've been using, which is the first step. Pull it off, grab onto it with my bent chain nose, rotate my hand, and even though I am going to wrap it more than once, I'm only going to go twice. I don't think there's a need to go any more than that. Pull this down to the side just so I can cut it right there. Sorry for all the sniffles, guys. I don't know. I just can't seem to get rid of whatever this is. So we're going to put one of the lavender amethysts. We're going to put a daisy spacer, our lampwork bead, daisy spacer, and lavender amethyst. Just like that, which I think is very pretty. Then we're going to go and we're going to make a wrap loop. We're going to try to line this up so they're going in the same direction. You're going to want to leave a little bit more space this time so you have room for those two wraps. But two wraps don't take up a lot of room. So, okay, we're going to pull this off. Grab onto it with our round nose pliers. Rotate it to my non-dominant hand. We're going to go once and twice. Oops. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to go in with our blush cutters. We're going to nip that to the side. And there we go. There's that. Let's go ahead and do the one for our necklace as well. I'm going to need another piece of wire though. I don't see where the other one just went. Only about like maybe 3 inches or so. Not much. Might have cut too much. But it's one of those things, you know. I try to waste as little as possible, but sometimes it's just better to know that it's going to be right or that I have a little bit too much than to get in it, not have enough, and then I have to start all over. Okay, do I want a Y necklace? I'm trying to think. I'm going to think on that. Actually, I'm going to put this to the side till I decide exactly what I'm going to do with it. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start putting this together. So I have my jump rings. I'm just going to grab them with my needle nose pliers and my bent chain nose. I'm going to grab them. I'm going to twist it open like that. Put it on and attach one of our yellow crystals. Take it and close it back up nice and tight. And then we're going to take another one. And we're going to twist it open. Put it on. Grab one of our lavender amethyst links. We're going to grab another one. Oh. I'm having another one of the bead sales tomorrow, which will be fun. I'm going to add in another crystal. Maybe. Oh. Come on, buddy. Be nice. Be nice. Okay. And lastly, we're going to open this one, and this is where we're going to attach our clasp to, the end that has the closed ring, and then we'll go to the other side. And I do have some extender chain here in case I need it, but I don't think I'm going to. I think it's going to be okay. I'm going to slightly bend these down so that when it sits on your wrist, it sits more naturally, because if it's straight across, then it doesn't really like, it's not a lot. It's just a little bit of a curve. Okay. Come in, open this, and we're going to add our yellow crystal to start off on the other side. Oh my goodness gracious. Another one. If I'd been smart, I would have had all these open, but ahead of time. But it's okay. I hope you guys like this set. I wasn't really able to make videos for the last week or so with everything going on with my son. So it is nice to finally get back to making something instead of it just being an unboxing or whatever else. There's other ones I still need to do. I need to do my Bead Box. So that one's going to be a little bit tough, but you'll see. And lastly, our last sage amethyst, and then we will attach our clasp and check out the length or the inner diameter, not the length. That's the problem that a lot of people have, and that's why I didn't create it. I found a paper version of it, and instead I worked with them and came up with a plastic model that's hollow, but that does the exact same thing, but there's nothing obstructing it from just sliding down. You don't have to worry about getting it all mashed up and then you can't use it anymore. It's just not as user friendly as that one is, and I'll show you in just a second. And I'm hoping it doesn't. I almost always put an extender ring on my bracelets, but I also like my bracelets to be about 6, and then I can just go ahead and add the exchanger. Oh, we're at 5.5. Huh. Do I need to make another link, or do I just do the extender chain? I think in this instance, I'm just going to go ahead and use the extender chain. I wanted that to be a little bit longer, but it's okay. Some of it is because this isn't it doesn't curve very well, which, you know what? While we're here, let's go ahead and do that. Just kind of curve that a little bit more. We're at 5 3/4. We're not far off from where I wanted to be, but besides, if I added 2 more links, it would be over the amount that I wanted. So, but it's all right. Find the part of the link you can open. This is one that you can't really, because of the way that it's put together, you have to use the very tips, because if you try to use it with this flat part, it messes up. All right, and then I'm going to take one of these little ball head pins. I'm going to go ahead and put one of the lavender amethysts on it. And I'm going to kick that back like that. Actually, I'm going to come in with my small micro ones. It doesn't need to be big. I don't like when it looks like the loop isn't actually a loop. I'm going to go ahead and attach this. to our chain extender just so that and then we'll come in here with our bent chinos. Oops. Ow. That one. Okay. Grab that. And wrap it up, but not so tight. I'm just going to try to get this to the, there we go. 2 is more than enough for me. 2 wraps, I mean. Tuck in my end right there. And now we are good to go. And our bracelet is done. Our necklace isn't going to be much different from this. But there's our bracelet. Now we're going to pull out our piece. This is where I need to figure out what exactly I'm going to do for the center. Okay, well. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just leaving you guys with dead space. Let's go ahead and put together the other earring really quickly so that I can have a second. I literally did the same thing. The only thing that I did different is I cut a 2-inch piece of wire and I put one of the lavender amethysts on it, a daisy spacer in the middle, the yellow crystal, and then I did the loop exactly the same way. For the lampwork bead, I did a small knotted head pin, which you just take your piece of wire and you want to get the very tip so you don't feel it at all. And you're going to keep rotating until you see there's the end once. There's it again. We're going to bend it upward and into the loop. You're going to grab your nylon jaw pliers, put it just above the knot and pull. Ooh, this is, there we go. And you'll see once it's done, you have like a little rosette thing. One of the things I like to do is to leave it within the nylon jaws like that, just until there's enough for me to grab this and it straightens it back out. So all we're going to do now is, again, we're going to use a daisy spacer. Oh, excuse me. My tummy just growled. Okay, and then we're going to put our lampwork bead, another daisy spacer, and then we're just going to do a bit of a wrapped loop. So keep it out like that. Come in with your bail making pliers to the first step, wrap it over, up, downward, pull it out to the side, rotate it until that loop is halfway. Rotate your pliers in your hands, grab the end and wrap around. And I did a couple of wraps and kind of just bulked it up a little bit so that it kind of matched the same as the bottom where the knot is. No, that did not tuck in at all. I'm gonna hold on right there and get this the rest of the way tucked in. Okay. Okay. I still have no idea what I want to do with it. The necklace. Oh, I'm a procrastinator. That's for dang sure. I can't figure out what it is I want to do. And then for this one, oh, you're going to see me remake this because I should have looped that on before I was done. It's okay. I have this little loop here that just has the one little wrap, and I'll just do purple, the daisy spacer, the crystal. I'm going to create a little bit of a bend. Come in with my step looper. Hold it so it's facing away. You're going to come up, across, and down. You're going to rotate your pliers so they're facing the mat and pull it over. It's not sitting properly, so you rotate it till it is, and then you just pull your arm back down. Then you switch hands, grab your pliers. Oh, I almost did it again. Woo, caught myself. I would have been, oh my goodness. I'm going to have to do it over again because I have the beads in the wrong order. I'm just having a day, aren't I? Goodness. Wasn't paying attention. Okay. We're going to take this and create a little loop. You guys are getting to see this many more times than I thought you would, simply because I can't put it together correctly. Whew. Okay, pull that back to the side a little bit and then come in and nip it off. Then I need to make sure that I do this the right way this time. I'm going to do yellow because I need to lock in with the purple. So yellow, daisy spacer, purple. I did not need this much wire, but it's okay. We're going to take that. We're going to create our little loop, angle, come in with the pliers, and finally get this done the right way by opening this, attaching my lampwork bead. I could have just said that I did it on purpose and this was supposed to be a symmetrical design, but I don't think I would have fooled any of y'all with that. I'm sure you guys were yelling at the screen saying, Heather, you forgot. Okay, come in. Cut the end of the wire off. Okay. And then we're going to make my 5-second earring ear wires. Now, these are smaller than what I typically make it with, but it's more than enough. I tried it out in my ear to make sure, but all you're going to do is grasp the ball head pin at the very end and rotate it back till it's hitting the rest of the wire. Then what I did is I just faced the ball head pin towards me, brought it all the way down to the end, and came down and around. Then I created the smallest of little kicks just out there like that. Just a very little bit, much like that one. Now, because this has a ball head pin, it's not going to fit if I don't open this loop up a little bit. And we'll put it on from the top, just like so. And then we will take this back closed. And there we go. We have our earrings. Okay, on to the thing I'm dreading and don't know what to do. Let's Okay, if I'm gonna make it into a Y neck, well, not, it doesn't have to be a full Y. Then I need to figure out exactly how I want to do this. And I think I'm just going to create a link down between each one. So I'm going to put, I have to put a daisy spacer on these ball head spacers because the hole in the lampwork bead is big enough for the ball head pin to travel through. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab one more from right here. And I'm just going to get the bend where we need it, make the loop. If this would stop turning on me, I'd be able to do it. Okay, just go. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know if this is long enough to do this. There we go. It is long enough. It's just going to be a little bit trickier. No, it's not long enough. Okay, onto a wire and a knotted head pin again. And this is the last of my 22 gauge wires. So we cannot be wasteful with this. Yeah, I need to buy more wire. You know, it's one of the things that we have to buy that money we'd rather spend on beads and not what I call consumables. They're necessary. So I'm going to cut this in the middle. Right about there. I'm just going to make another quick and simple ball head pin or knotted head pin is what I'm trying to say. Take it at the very end. Go around once, twice, bend it upward. Okay, we're going to grab this. We're now going to draw pliers, put it up against the knotted part. Come on. Pull it through. Pop it up just enough to get my pliers in there. Pull it out so I have a straight pin. Okay. Even with this, I'm still going to go ahead and put a daisy spacer on it, though it wouldn't be necessary to do so. I just like the look, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put one on top too. So again, where's my lampwork bead? Here it is. I'm really hoping I didn't cut this too small. This wire, I mean. Oh no, I should be fine. Okay, so this is layer one. Bend that back. And as this is the pendant and it might get caught, like if you have to wear a lanyard, I did go ahead and do 2 wraps. Just making it I know it's not a lot, but it's making it just a teeny bit of the weight more sturdy in case it gets caught on something. Okay, it's not going to let me get that last little bit around, but it's all right. We'll just go ahead and snip it off and tuck it in. Okay, next we need to do yes. There we go. Now we need to do one for the crystals. I'm just trying to decide if I want to do it exactly how I've been doing it with just links like this. I would just need one of the lavender and one of the yellow crystal. So I think I have enough. I think I have just enough to go ahead and make 2 more links. So I'm just going to cut this in half. Hope and pray. I was just about to say that I'll have my husband go pick some up, grab some from Joann's on his way home, but that's not going to happen now, is it? That's so depressing. I knew that, like, it not being, because I literally live, like, not even a quarter of a mile away from, or I did, from Joann's. And so, or he would stop at one on his way home, depending on what job site he was working at, if there was one right there. So, and ours was always pretty busy. So I still don't understand how it went from we're closing a few to we're closing them all. It blows my mind. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and put a little purple one on, do my little kick. Oh, that's way too much of a kick. Okay, now I have to decide what the heck. Wrong side of the veil making pliers. Uh-oh. Please straighten back out for me, please. Please, please. I can't believe I just did that. Especially not with how little wire I have right now. I hope this doesn't make my wire too brittle. Okay. I might be mistaken, but I think my husband just got home, so I'm going to pause until the dogs stop going crazy. It's for your benefit, I promise. Okay, and I'm back. It wasn't my hubby getting home from work, so chatted with him for a quick second, and now I'm just going to start putting these together. I did, however, decide to just like stack them like this to come down, and then there will be chain that goes from there. So I think it'll be really pretty. Here's some jump rings. I might need a few more of these, but that's enough to get us started. Once I grab the necessary pliers and put the rest away real quick, because where are they? Right there they are. Okay. All right. All we're going to do is start opening jump rings and connecting one link to the next. See if I can find where this one even opens. Here it is. Okay. We'll go ahead and start with the, wait, do I want to do purple first or yellow first? Let's do purple. That's fine. I didn't know which one I wanted to hook on first, so this makes it easy. I'm going to go ahead and make my loops perpendicular real quick. I meant to do that with the other ones and didn't, but it gives a more, like, it just has a little bit more natural, it lays better. Let's just say that. That's the easiest way to say it. I can't explain why. It just is. I wouldn't know why. I know that I like the look of it when they're perpendicular. I'm sorry if you're hearing my neighbor's music. They will literally turn it on so loud and park in front of our house and rev their engine for absolutely no reason. But you see, this doesn't take long. So even if your loops don't match up when you make them, just go through and adjust it after you're done. Not a big deal. Just keep going. For those of you who knew that my husband or my son was in the hospital, he's doing much better. He gets his staples out today. So that'll be good. He's looking forward to not having those. He said that they're starting to itch, which means they're healing, but I understand how annoying that must be. Okay, I think I got them all turned. Flip this way. Now I'm going to add the center ones, starting with the lavender, like I said. Attach. Get them real close together. So you hear that little click. Now we're going to add one more to the yellow, and then we're going to add a big one. So there's on top of the yellow. So there's plenty of room for the other ones to attach. Or is my loop big enough? Let me see. My loop may be big enough. Let's go ahead and find out, shall we? I think it's big enough. We're at yellow, so we're going to go into purple. Oh, I had that upside down, but it's still open. Goodness. Okay, there's one. Then we're going to grab another jump ring and add another one to the other side. Put it upside down again. Okay, let's see here. Hello, hello. Say hi, please. Right there. Grab another one. I want the really textured one right here at the front. Close that jump ring up nice and tight. And again, these are 3mm jump rings that I'm using. I'm wondering if this is going to work. There we go. Yeah, it'll work. It'll work. It'll work. It'll work. Let's just finish putting it together. We're going to pop some chain up and around the back. I'm not a big fan of beads on the back of my neck. I have degenerative disc disease, and that's where it's most affected. So I hope this is the kind of design that works well with perpendicular instead of parallel. Loops. I think it's going to be pretty. Yep, I'm glad. I'm good with it. I'll post it up in my group and in the Bead Box Bargains. Well, it's not my group. It's a community group. I don't want there to be any like specific ownership in that group. It's for us smaller content creators who don't have time to manage a group by ourselves. We just use that, and it's also there to provide a hub where you can meet other like-minded people, maybe even in your state. I have set up a messenger chat for each state, so you can go and check that out, which should be fun. That way you can at least, but anybody can set up another group. So if you and a few other friends just want to have a hub where you can chat and like do video calls and video beading, that's what it's for. It's for connection. It's to keep you guys from feeling, those of us like me who deal with a lot of pain and have a hard time And sometimes it's just, the thought of going through the process of getting ready is enough to like decline an invitation and then people stop asking. So that's why I created this group. So that you guys can, because I know not everybody understands, oh, they're my beading friends, but you've never met them in person. No. Oh, but you don't have any friends. Yes, yes, I do. But yeah, I think this is going to be perfectly long enough. And then I got to get to the not fun part of everything, and that's setting up the bid sheets for tomorrow's sale. So everybody involved knows what beads are next. So we look organized and stop that. So I don't make a lot of beaded chains like this, so this was actually a departure from like my typical norm. I mean, I've made a few, but they're usually links, not just a beaded chain like this. So, but I really like it. And this, like all of my pieces that I make, unless I specifically state otherwise, are available for purchase. Just hit me up on Facebook. Like I said, the Beading Besties group is a good way to find me, or just look me up and it's Heather Lynn Afton. So I don't know if there's another Heather Afton on Facebook, but if there is, I'm the one that says Heather Lynn Afton. So, all right, let's see where we are here. Okay. Oh no. Done. Okay. So we have 2 more of these and 2 more of these, and then we will finish it off with just a touch of chain. I don't think we're going to need a whole heck of a lot here to finish this up. So it'll be good. And then I hope you guys like this. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Just subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and just change the notifications to all so that you don't ever miss one of my videos or my bead sales, which are every other Wednesday night. Okay. Wait a second. No, do I have it? Oh, this is. I was so confused. It's not even on wire, Heather. Not part of this. I'll be interested to see where this is. I would like it to be like an 18-inch necklace with an extender, of course, because there are some people who don't like short little things. Okay, my ruler. This is 4.5 inches long. So I think the piece of chain I have, is going to be perfect. It's just a very thin weight necklace. So, and I'm pretty sure we're going to use every inch of this because it's like 9 inches long. So, I mean, I don't know why we wouldn't. You guys, I closed up this jump ring and never of having touched the freaking crystal that's supposed to be on it with it. So, I know. I just used my nail. I shouldn't. I should use my tools. That's what they're there for. But there we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this on a piece of wire. I'm not going to use the closure that they have attached. Come on. There we go. And then I'm just going to grab my nippers, come down to the bottom. Ugh. There we go. Okay, grab another jump ring, put away that. It's not pliers. Have you ever done that? Like kept your cutters in your hand and like gone to do something? Yeah, I know, me either. Never happened. Okay, get a jump ring, attach the piece of chain. Normally, I probably would have like just done links up the rest of the way, and or my little links that I like to do. But with this one, I went against that just because I wanted it to. That takes a lot of time, and like I just said, I don't have much of that today or tonight. Sorry, I've got to get completely set up for a live sale tomorrow so everybody knows what's going on. Okay, and then we're just going to attach a clasp. I'm trying to decide. Yeah, that's perfect. So now we're at 12 inches. Yep, perfect. Okay. There we go, my dears. All righty. This one already has a jump ring on it. Let me think here. Yeah, I'm gonna do my little hook and eye clasp that I like so much. If I can find my spares, my box of silver binding. There's something there. I'm gonna just attach this onto one side. I will just open up this jump ring as soon as I can find the split. And I'll do it properly and not with my nails. You're just gonna walk it open. Put the clasp on. And then on the other one, it has a ring, but I think the wire used for this is too thick to fit through the chain. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that part on with the jump ring rather than try to wiggle and fight the thicker wire of the clasp. So, put that on, put your clasp on. And these clasps are beetle on. I am going to go ahead and make sure to squeeze that in just ever so slightly. It doesn't look all the way close to me. Okay, there we go. And we are done, my dears. I'm so excited. So, move everything off my mat real quick. Garbage, a couple of leftovers. Okay. So, here is the necklace. Here's the necklace. I really, really like that a lot. Like I said, I don't really do this style very often. And then I have my earrings that go with. And the little bracelet. Like I said, I will put an extender chain on the necklace. And I may swap it out for a lobster clasp because that just kind of, it's so drapey that I don't want it to come undone. Oh, look at that. It came completely off. Yeah, we'll definitely be putting a lobster claw on this one. I don't know where that other clasp went that I just put on it. Oh, it's over here. See, I knew it wasn't all the way closed. All right, I'll fix that um, afterwards because we need to finish up the video. And you know I don't edit things out because I don't edit. So I hope you liked everything. I hope you enjoyed the project. If you're seeing this before Wednesday, the 14th, I believe. Let's double check that. Yeah, the 14th. I do have my live sale tonight at 6:15 Pacific Standard Time and 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see all of you there. And until then, happy crafting.